Hello. Hope everyone's doing well today. Let me know, can you hear me? Hoping so. So today I am going to Spellbinders recently came out with a the cutest set with cocktails. Oh, thank you. Thank you for confirming that, Chow. And I love it. It's so cute, but I'm not buying it. It's not in my budget. I already have stuff. So today, hi Pam, hi Chow, hi Michelle. Today I'm going to attempt to recreate that. So I have this cat scrampiness Grinch hand. The Spellbinders one has a skeleton hand. I don't have any skeleton hands. I have a heart-shaped die, so I'm going to attempt to make a shaker cocktail, and I'm just going to use the dies I have in my stash. This is one from Trinity. This is one from Sizzix, and I don't know where this one came from. It's one of those ones that you find later after you put everything away. And I have a magnet up above me. Hey, Delise. I had you at cocktail. Hi, Teresa. So I'm going to start out by making the cocktail, and then we'll do our background, and then and I'm going to use, this is Sassy's Cards and Gifts, Fall and Halloween Sentiments from last year, August. And if you're not familiar with Sassy's LLC, she does these awesome emergency card kits. And they're free. All you need to do is watch her videos. And once the video's over, I'll post her link down below. But all you need to do is watch her videos, and then you can download these. And I have printed these on paper that I can foil if I want to. Then I have here also these label dies that I got from Tonic Studio. And I got out my oval dies. I don't know if I'm going to need them or not. Yeah, the cocktail kits are adorable. So I thought, you know what? I think I can probably recreate. I took out other dies. I've got my Tim Holtz dies, and what I have here, I have a little mushroom, I have a big eyeball, I have a smaller eyeball, ghost, spiders, these little witch feet. So I thought any of those would work. And then I also have these cocktails, which I really wanted a martini, but this is pretty small, and I don't think it's gonna suit my purpose. I'd like my martini in a size large, please. Yeah, Sarah Liz is awesome. I love her. She's a really terrific person too. So, but you can tell by her videos what kind of person she is. So what I'm gonna do here, and this heart shape is a Sizzix that I got, oh gosh, probably 2 years ago, and it's meant for a shaker, so it's got a channel. And so I thought that would be perfect to start out with. And what I should probably do, so you guys can watch the process, is get out my Platinum 6 and put it here on my desk, rather than scooting back and forth over to my Vagabond. So we'll do a little cranking tonight. Let me just go ahead and grab it. If I can find all its parts, I never use it except for anything for but foiling. Let's see here. Make sure I have everything I need. Got cutting mat. Okay, yep. Got all those goods. I don't think I need the shim. And let's grab the machine itself. Typically, I'm all about my electronic machines, but these are too big for my Mini Empress. So, boo. Hey, Gloria. We'll pop this bad boy down here. Let's see, do I have enough room? I do if I start right there, I think. My plates are a little bit warped. That's okay. So, I'm going to have to start out with my glass portion. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a green cocktail, but I'm going to use white paper. And then I can dye the paper however I want it. That one's pretty dirty. Let me get a new one. Let me go ahead and I'm going to cut beyond what I need to cut. Just, I can trim it down later. Oh, I forgot how hard it is to crank these. It's not that hard, but you know what I mean. Nope, this still needs to come farther this way. Make sure it cut. Okay, perfect. So there's the basis, and then I need a base at the bottom. So we'll do, I think what I'll do is the largest oval. And here's my thinking, y'all, and maybe I'm completely insane and this won't work, but I'm thinking I can cut and then flip it over and cut the other side. I don't want too big of a base. Hey Wims, hey Maddie. Hello Gloria. I'm making a cocktail, and you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna come back through instead of trying to pull it out the other side. Okay, I think it'll just make it easier for all of us. Now I need to do this. I think that's gonna work. And I'm using what I have versus buying a kit, a die set that really, I'm out of room. Okay. So now we need our stem. And where did I put that die? See, I'm going to go ahead and lose things on you guys already. Where'd you go? Remember I had... It's stuck to a magnet. Okay. Let's see. That'll work. And we'll go ahead and cut out our stem. And you're going to do some manual cutting with this. There's no getting around that. Because I'm going to, since I want to make it a shaker, I'm going to need other parts. Okay, there's that. And then let's do our hand. The hand holding the glass. I figured this hand will work. I hope it works. I'm not going to use the sleeve or little puffy thing or anything because I don't really want it to be Grinch. It can just be, some sort of a creep. Let's see, will this fit on here before I get out another piece of paper? No, it will not. Okay. I agree with you. Yeah, that's right, Gloria. Too much stuff and too much cost. And for me, that's not an option anymore. It was when I was working. Now that I'm retired, I don't have the extra. And besides that, being on design teams, I get tons and tons of stuff. My craft room's half full of Trinity stamp stuff. And even if not, all this stuff that I'm using now is stuff that I've purchased over the years. Yeah, see, that's going to be perfect for holding the cocktail. All right, I think that's all I need to cut for now. We'll put all this stuff out of the way. Get it back out if I need it. Everything else I'm going to cut manually because, first of all, since it's a glass, I want my shaker to be see-through. Now, what did I do with the piece? Here it is. So I'm going to take piece of acetate that I've already gotten ready here. And this, by the way, is not actual acetate, it's report cover stuff. And I'm going to have to probably draw on here. So let's grab my little black pencil here. And you know what? I think I'll use the die so I don't get black pencil on my cut that I made. Only thing about doing on acetate, let me get a piece of paper so you can see what's going on under there. Kind of hard to see on that black surface, huh? Is your stuff wiggles around on you. I'm going to need 2 of that. I think I'll try and cut them both at the same time. Wish me luck. I'll do a little bit of, I need some non-permanent tape. Okay. Use this washi here. I'm just going to tape them together. The recipes that are going to be a shocker to your wallet, Pam. Yeah. And I know a lot of people just recently spent a whole bunch of money on, or maybe that wasn't recently, but buying kits and stuff like that. I'm just going to double reinforce this so that it doesn't slippy slide around on me too much while I'm trying to cut 2 at once. Then you place 2 orders. Yeah, I mean, pretty much in my budget is things that I need like paper and glue, and even then, not that often. And I'm not complaining, you know what? I get naps. So, there's a plus side to everything. It wiggled on me anyway. Come on, get back to your spot. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but it needs to be pretty doggone close, and it wants to keep moving on me. Because it's because it's see-through. My brain is not allowing me to move it the way I need it. Let's try. Okay. Right there. Ah, don't wiggle on me. It's worth the frustration because, in the end, I didn't spend any extra money and I still got that cute cocktail. Hi, Jana. Okay. And then where's my piece? Get that out of the way. See, already here it is. This will go here. So, and this, I didn't practice this. This is live, live, live. And then we've got our stem. My stem might be too thin. I don't know. And our base. Okay. So I need this. I need to trim this all off now. And I think I'm going to need to cut another one of those, but I can cut that in my, my Empress. Now I'm going to use my trimmer. And yep, I did follow best practices. And listen, there's a thing called copying, and then there's a thing called following best practices. And if you see a YouTuber use something and it's a brilliant idea, Do it. Let's see. I just don't want to cut them too short because I don't want to waste them. Oop, nope, not going to be able to cut two at once. Okay, fine. Let's do it from this side so I can measure at, let's cut it at 2 1/4. And then save those pieces. 2 1/4. Oh, you might need that? Okay. I thought that was adorable too, but did that not cut at all? What the heck? That's crazy. I could have sworn I. Oh, yeah, it did cut. I just didn't cut it at the right. I didn't cut it at the right measurement. What am I thinking here? I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know. We'll leave it for now. So I need to build my shaker window. And I've got here, this is some Pear Blossom press tape that I've pre-cut into smaller strips. And I found a way to do it. This is just butcher paper or freezer paper. I found a way to do it to get them fairly straight. I think I'm going to, yeah, 25 bucks is a lot. I think it is. I think it's pretty steep too. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around this, but it's likely I'm going to trim some off. Just try not to let the white show through too much. I probably should have colored this first. Yeah, that's why I love Pear Blossom press tape. Okay, so we have our parts cut. Let's go ahead and get our background done so I can color this accordingly. Putting all the parts over here, over there, over there, over there. Scraps can go over here. And I'm going to make, a nice smushy type background. I think I'm going to use my sprays. Hey, Kenzie. Let's get out my splat box. And a little bit of watercolor. And let's get out we'll get out my favorite. I love fortune teller. I want a really eerie green bubbling cauldron. Let's get some fallen acorn and a little crooked broomstick. We'll get the peeled paint. Okay. Running to watch. Wait a minute. Well, and this is why going forward, unless I'm doing, a design team video where I need to showcase new product, I'm going to be using what I have. So I'm going to wet my paper down first, and I'll start with some peeled paint. Let's get some vintage photo in there too. No, let's get antique linen. And then I want to dry that up a little bit. Then we'll start splattering. But I want my splatters to stay in place, and if it's wet, they'll ooze. Make sure my earbuds stay in. I don't want it to ooze. Dropping things on the floor. And let's go ahead and just make sure this is kind of pretty flat. It's still pretty wet, and I'll dry it all the way, but this is the part I want to get done. So I've got my bubbling cauldron here, and I need to open it. How many times have you guys sliced yourself open trying to get these open? Raise your hand. Oops. I mean, yeah, you can use Amazon boxes or whatever. I used to get subscription boxes from Simon Says Stamps, and they make great splat boxes. And I'm just going to take the lid off and just splatter. Fallen acorn. Oh, that's a good idea, Pam, about Costco. Not going to go too crazy with the fallen acorn because it's pretty dark. Let's get some fortune teller. This is probably my favorite mica stain. Okay. Little fortune teller looking nice and ugly. That's the idea. Hey, Cordelia. And then I've got here my crooked broomstick, which is my other favorite because it's kind of a goldish brown. Alternately, we could use the eyeball background. I haven't used it for anything yet. Okay, and then I'm going to just grab my fan brush here. Spray a little bit of water on my mat. I should have filled my water. Oh, I've got something to fill it with. And then I'm just going to get some wet splatters on here. So this kind of gives me an idea of how I need to do my glass stem and all those parts. Okay. I think I want a little bit of black in there. Oh, you're loving what I'm doing. Thanks. Halloween is easy because you can get away with some pretty frightful colors. And this is the Dina Wakley Media Gloss Spray. And if your paper's wet, it's going to do what you see it doing there. And I'm not crazy about that, but I need to take this piece and the stem piece and the base piece. And this is accent opaque paper. It's not watercolor, so it takes the sprays a little differently. So I'm not going to wet it first. I'm just going to spray directly on and then just do a little bit of splattering with the best I can. I'll probably mostly get my paper towel. Come on, get on there. Or don't. I'm not going to fight you. Ooh, treat boxes. I want some treat boxes. I made some Toll House cookies the other day. It's been years since I made cookies. And man, and I made the cookie bars because I just didn't have the motivation to stand there and wait. Because most of my life is upstairs, and I have to go downstairs to do that, and I get bored. Yeah, I've got my TV up here, I've got my computers, I've got, well, I can take my phone down there, but that means I have to take my glasses, and of course I'll forget them, and I'll have to come back up and get them. I'm lazy, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay. Parts is parts. Okay, let's get our tweezers and pull these out of the splat box. Now, I don't even know how close I'm coming to the Spellbinders one. I don't have a picture up or anything. I don't feel like I need to. I've got an idea in my mind of what it looks like. Now, I've got... I know I took out those other dies. Now, where did I put them, friends? Space Cadet, where'd you put them? Oh, right here. Okay. So I want to do the witch's legs. Yeah, exactly. And I can't, I mean, I have some glasses downstairs, but they're a super old prescription and they're really dirty because I never wear them, so I never clean them. Let's take a look at what we can use in here. Okay, we can use the spider web. We might use the ghosts. Here's the little legs. Do they have any other parts to them? Here's the eyeball. The eyeball can be our olive. This could be our straw. What's this? Oh, it's a crazy moon. I don't need that. If I need any of these other parts, I'll grab them. Yeah, I never find them on top of my head because I wear clips all through the front of my hair up to the top of my head because I can't stand my hair to touch my face. No, I'm just weird. Don't ask. Okay. So we have our glass parts. We have our background, which is kind of drying over here. I'll help it dry. Okay, we need our hand. And I'm going to hand color that. I mean, not with pens, but, I'm just going to ink on it. Let's do overzealous here. No, you know what? As a matter of fact, I think Twisted Citron might be a better green. Yeah, that looks like the right green. Oh, use your glasses to keep your hair back. I'm scared I'm going to drop them, and if I drop them and break them, I don't have insurance. I have to buy a whole brand new pair, and I'm just not prepared for that either. Let's grab a blending foam. Do our little creepy hand. We'll make that a little creepier by, let's put it in the splat box. The other day I was doing some gold splattering, and I don't know what happened, but it all came up instead of down, and got it all over my glasses, which I have to get it cleaned quick because it's a paint that kind of dries. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of this crooked broomstick down here on my mat because I only want teeny tiny splatters. Just to give him a creepy skin look. Okay. We'll let that dry and then I'll shade that in. So, let's clean this up a little right here. Where'd my rag go? Here it is. Just so I don't get it all over everything. So he's holding the cocktail like yay. This is way too big, and I know that, but that's okay. And I have to think about now. Let's grab a scrap here, and this is just so I can kind of get my bearings on size. I think this should come. No, I think it'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, it's working, huh? Now maybe let's put it on its background. This will have to get trimmed down because I want to see how many of you guys have these Grinch hands. Yeah, it's going to show up just fine. Okay. It does look like warts. Yeah, I got mine late too. Okay, okay, Delise, great idea. Okay, so let me get this stuff dry. Well, let's go ahead and get all the other parts together while this kind of dries naturally for a while still. So these, on the Spellbinders one, these are at the bottom of the stem like this. And these are all one piece. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. The eyeball's a few pieces. Oh, I didn't need the pumpkin. Let me just put it back before I lose it. Pustules. Ew. Oh, look. Here's some of my creepy paper that I made too. We'll talk about that later. Um, okay, the rest of these can go through my. And I think what I'll do is I'm going to cut this out in white. I'm going to cut these things out in vellum. I think I'm going to dye the vellum though. And I'll cut this out in craft. So these things are going to get cut out in white. You know what? Let's use our head and clean that up before we get it everywhere. I'm going to put some black splatter on here and white splatter and possibly some brown once the paper's dry so that I don't want it to bleed out like it did there. Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to gross out, you can make this out to be anything you like. So what I did here is that my magnetic mat stretched so bad I had to trim it down. And when they stretch, of course, they don't do such a good job of cutting anymore because they've gotten thinner. But it's not thin enough to be a problem yet, so yay. Okay. Do our eyeball parts, do our legs and feet, and we can just color those. Yeah, I do. Halloween's probably one of my favorite holidays to make cards for, but I barely send any. I send them to my kids and my grandkids, and that's about it. If I even remember to do that. Okay. Y'all know what a terrible memory I have. Well, maybe you don't, but it's getting worse by the decade. Let's make sure these all cut. Yeah, they did. This is just some 110-pound accent opaque. All right, let's just move this a minute and get these pieces ready. I'll start with the eyeball. This looks like it's the colored part of the eye. A lot of small parts here. I could have just drawn the eyeballs too. I know you guys know I know how to do that, but I didn't, so there. This itty bitty piece right here. Okay, how should that look? Let's look at the picture real quick. Always, you can refer to your picture if it doesn't make sense. Okay. Oh, I see. This is weird. This is the color part. This is the black part. This is the white part. Okay, color-wise, we'll make it a green-eyed monster. I didn't see, I mean, I saw it, I did see Gina K's new release briefly, but I'm trying not to look at stuff because, see statement earlier. So I just don't even look. I'll look at, people's videos, people who I follow, I'll look at their videos and say, cool beans. Okay, this should go shapes like this, I think. Look at that shape. You see that shape? Trying to follow it best I can. Not to be perfect. It's an eyeball. And then we'll do this needs to be black. So let's just dip it in the black. Pop the tweezers. Huh, I hung that in a nice convenient spot. How good of me to remember. Okay, and then I'm just going to add my glue right here to this. I'm not too worried the glue's going to dry clear. And then add a little spot right here. And get my... Did I move my camera? No. Okay, good. This is tiny. Okay. So this little piece, I think, should be gray, personally. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me just grab a gray that I can just dip it in, because lazy me. Try and do it without getting it all over my hand. That's rather tricky. Good. Exactly about stamp timber, but typically I go for the Tim Holtz, but I haven't even bought any Tim Holtz this year. Well, I did. I take that back. I did buy one die set from the vault for Halloween, but I haven't bought anything else. None of the stamps, none of it. And it's not because I don't love Tim. I do. I just Can't. I just, honestly, I could probably do videos for you guys for 2 years without buying anything new. Okay, there's our eyeball. Let's get the feet. So the boots should probably be black. Hang on. I'll just do that with markers. And we'll get our black for CG9, CG7. And these are my Ohuhus. This is accent opaque, so it doesn't blend like a beauty, but it'll work. Oops, I bent her. Try not to bend it. I'm doing my lightest gray first. I've been coloring a lot lately. A lot more than I ever expected. Why not try it? Gloria, let yourself go. It's just paper. If I don't like it, I can just stop and throw it away. And I've done that. Believe me. And blend it all back out with the lightest one. As that it will blend out. You could always add glossy accents later, but I'll probably just add some white gel pen. It's not easy to color these after they've been cut out because they like to wiggle on you. Okay, I got you. I understand the control thing. I do. And her socks should probably be purple, green, and orange, right? I'm not going to do any fancy schmancy coloring on those. And I'm not putting these back where they go, so you can shame me later. Just pulling out my little chart so I can choose the right colors. I want GY4 and I want for purple V070. Where are you? Eggplant. See, this says eggplant, but it sure looks pink to me. Doesn't it look pink to you? Just double check. That's what I picked. Yeah. And orange Y10 is going to work. I haven't seen it yet, Linda. She comes on so early in the morning. I'm just waking up, and I just don't. I have trouble following until I've got coffee in me, and then by that time, I've been so slammed that I haven't had time to do anything else really. Between regular life stuff like housework and the horrible stuff like that, and design team stuff. I'm super busy. I do want to see it, and of course, I have the best intentions that I'm going to go back and watch the replay, and then I just forget. Orange. I don't think we need the dress. We're going to test it here in 2 seconds. Where's our stem? Gonna have to cut those off. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It does. I enjoy it though. I really do love it. Okay. Gonna have to go. Oh yeah, I didn't need to cut that one stem because this is the stem of the glass. Okay, I love it. I love it. I'm just gonna glue everything up here. Try to glue everything up. And when you've got alcohol marker, you don't have to worry about the glue like making it smudge. I hope that looks pretty close. All right, so let's do our markings on that. This is, now we may be here kind of late, guys. What time is it? Oh, heck yeah. Time is ticking quickly here. Let's get my jelly roll pen. I want my, let's get my size 8. And I need one up the center of that. Let me grab um a ruler here. Sometimes the jelly roll pen does not want to work over micas. And sometimes it does. Let's go ahead and get our shading done on that. And that's going to be just a simple, but I want to do a good job. I want it to look, worthy. This isn't really the one I want, but it'll work. I'm just going to draw a black line along here, black line along here, along there, along here. I think I spend half my time, y'all, cleaning up too. Because I can't just, if I just had a Mario, that'd be so awesome. Well, let's grab a blending stump here. Just sort of blend that out so that this does have a little bit of shape to it. Okay, there's our stem. Hey guys, hey Blossom. You guys must be raiding from somewhere. Hi Dawn. Okay, so I'm gonna, what am I gonna do here? Thinking. I'm thinking. Okay. I still need to do other small parts too, but I want to get these done while I'm thinking about it. Okay, back to these guys. This is World's Best Foam Tape from Pear Blossom Press. And I've trimmed a bunch down because I have a project coming up that I'm going to need it trimmed down for. Until Amanda makes them skinnier, we can do this. Let me see here. This piece looks like it'll work. Hey, Kelly. You have TV time. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna bend that around. Stick. Don't stick to my finger. Stick to where I need you to stick. Remember I said I was going to put it all the way up and then trim it off later. I can always tell when my earbud's falling out because I hear background noise. Okay. Now, what was I thinking? I wasn't thinking. See what I do? I should have put it. Love Pear Blossom Press. I needed to stick this down to that first. Derp. How many of you do that? I love chicken cordon bleu. I'm coming over. Okay. There. So, there's a little excess here I need to trim off. Yes, thank goodness for those. Now I'm making this part self-contained, so it glues directly down to the card, but it's got the shaker bits in it already. All right, once more. Let's get these parts on. I'm going to need something across the top there to contain my shaker bits. Thank God nobody asked me to make this a light-up card. I'm not aware that you can message on YouTube privately, but that doesn't mean that you can't because I'm not always aware of everything, ever. I can admit to being oftentimes completely ignorant. Okay, so now I'm going to trim off what I just put on. And I need a piece to go where my shaker bits are going to go. Um, let's cut another one of these. Where did I put its parts? Getting messy here, running out of room. Did you guys see where I put the... I can't find them. They're not in the usual spot. Okay, here they are. That should go across. I love roasted Brussels sprouts too. Yummy. Okay. Let me just lay this on something that I can pull it off easily of. Probably here. Think about how this needs to go. Kind of want it. Okay, it needs to go there, so I'm going to make a little mark where I need to trim off. I don't want to use my pencil. Again, I'm doing this on the fly, you guys. No plans. So, just have to take me as I am. Now, I kind of want this to be a color as well. Oops, I don't want that. So, let's do... yeah, we'll do peel paint. I'm just gonna really fudge it here because don't want it super wet. Oops, try not to bend it. Let's see. I think that's going to work. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever. Let's grab this green here. Just get the edges. All right. Combo dots are super sticky. Try and get this on here as straight as I can. Okay, so then I need foam tape across there. Not going to have a lot of shaker in it, but it's going to have some. Wiggle that in there. Get that excess piece off. All right, let's get our shaker bits. I think I'm going to use my... I think I'm just going to throw everything on the floor. I'm going to use these little guys. Oh, thank you. That's really kind of you. Well, quite a few in here, but I also want something very, something that'll look a lot like bubbles. It, you know, so I want something kind of a eerie green, but I don't think I have anything that color. Let's look in my other Halloween shaker stuff. Lord knows I have a ton of it. Let's look over here. I have plenty of gold, but gold's just not going to cut it. Here we go. These are some shaker bits from Glitter Lambs. Try not to get them everywhere. Yeah, do I want to throw some glow-in-the-dark shaker bits in there? Yes, I do. Why, yes, I do. Let's see if I can find those. I'd seen them recently. That doesn't mean a lot. Here we go. I don't have very many left. I mean, how many do you need, though? Let's just kind of spread everything out here so it doesn't pile up. Okay, now we've got our second piece of acetate, which I can trim off later. Cool. All right, let's trim that off. All right, I think we're about ready to put this bad boy together. Get you out of the way for a moment. Let's trim down this piece because it is too big. So I'm gonna go 5. Why do I want to go 5? Why did I do that? I didn't mean to. That's okay. If not, we'll just use my eyeballs because I have that background still. Let's see if this will work at that size. That's not going to work. Okay, let's get the eyeball background. Plus, I have these backgrounds that I foiled. Oh, the purple's kind of good, huh? Kind of looks like bubbles. Let's see how the eyeballs look, though. I can find them. I know they're here in this. I have a ton that I've made for Halloween. No, it's too busy, huh? You can't hardly see the cocktail. Got that one. Got this one. I got this one. May have to trim my cocktail down a little bit more. And I've got this one. Kind of creepy looking. I think I like this one right here, though, to be honest with you. Let's trim down that. It's too big. And it doesn't matter if I do this sort of wonky, does it? I don't think it does. Okay, where's our little hand? That's gonna come like yay. Here's our stem. Oops, I've got a lot hanging over on this side. May have to even go smaller on that cocktail. Okay, if he's coming in from this direction, stem needs to go tweezers. Darling. If we go like that, then our cocktail can go like this. It doesn't really show up against that background very well. Let's try something different. I want it to show up. Somebody said they like the purple. I can oblige. This way with it. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay. I don't need a lot more on here, to be honest with you, because it'll get too busy. Got an eyeball and I need a sentiment. I don't want it to be too busy. Let's check the measurement of this piece right here, though. I don't know if I ever trimmed it down to normal size. It's just a little bit over 4 1/4, like a hair. Let's get it down. And then let's make sure that it's at 5 1/2. And then let's just take, for the fun of it, take our decal trimmer, decal that before I glue it down to a card base. Yeah, it's a Grinch hand, and that's from Cat Scrappiness. And I'm just using the hand part. There's also a sleeve and a little poof and a little ornament. It's a neat little set. It's worth having, worth spending the money on. Okay, and then let's go ahead and edge this up. Dun, 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 dun. I do not know how that song is stuck in my head. Get some black soot. Where's my... Where are you? Oh, this will work. Maybe I don't want black. Yeah, I do. I think there's some blue on here, but that's okay. Perfectly fine. I'm running late, y'all. Sorry about that. If you gotta run, I understand. I know I typically try not to go over an hour, but I do want to get this done. So I can take pictures of it and forget about it. Maybe give it away. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this out because I want to go ahead and give this a little bit of dimension. Kind of hard to do the fingers without making a mess, but that's okay. Okay. All right, friends. Now this shaker is self-contained. Oh, I should go ahead and glue this down to a card base real quick. Make sure it's straight as I can possibly get it. Let's do a black card base. I have sticky stuff everywhere. I'm using a lot of tape on this because I want it to stay nice and flat. The fun part about deckling the edge right there is if you don't get it straight, it doesn't matter. Okay, that's all right if Jay wins. It doesn't hurt my feelers at all. I have to remember that I think I might need to cut this down just a wee bit more. We have quite the full cocktail tonight. All right. Get our hand. Darling. All right, we'll glue these guys down first. Extra dirty. Oh gosh, I hate it when that stuff curls up. So sometimes when I lose my mojo, I will just sit around making backgrounds and playing with bubbles and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll come live with it and record it, and sometimes I won't. I love this. I do. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a little glue to this. Just these two sides. And then I'm just going to kind of smoosh it out towards the edge there so that it doesn't smush into my cocktail. Okay. Now eyeball needs to go on a stick, I think. Okay, I've got these leftover pieces here. I can make a stick out of it. We'll make a very crooked stick. Oh, needed to be much skinnier than that. That's as skinny as I'm going to be able to get it without hand cutting it. Let's make that a knife's edge. Like a spear. Frightful. See how this needs to go. Okay. I mean, they're calling for flash flooding and it's really super windy, but it hasn't rained nearly as much as they tried to scare us with. Let's get this eye dirty. Let's get this dirty. I know I'm not going to have time to foil one of those sentiments. Tweezers. You guys see them? No, they're buried here somewhere. Oh. I don't know where my tweezers went. Oops, I need that in a spot where it's not hanging over the card. How about right there? Okay, sentiments. And of course, this is the one, right? I'm going to go ahead and trim it out, and then I'm going to use, I may have already screwed up, but we're going to find out. I'm going to use one of these. I know they're here. Here they are. Yep, it's going to work. Yeah, I mean, 75 was the high today, and I wasn't mad, but I was cold because my air conditioner was still blowing. Okay, let's do. I'm almost done, y'all. Want to get as much of the sentiment as I can on here, but it kind of looks like the top of a tombstone. And let's give that some color. Let's get the antique linen. Where are you? I think I want to use ink actually. Let's use cookie dough. I don't want to use oxide on it because it'll cover up my black. Okay, and then we'll edge it. Yeah, cat scrappiness. Well, I'm not about to put on a sweatshirt. I just get in my blanket and take a nap. It's cloudy, cold days, especially. It's like, I mean, a lot of times I'll turn on something on Netflix, but typically I'm going to sleep if that happens. What do you guys think? Probably needs a spider, huh? It probably does. A glowing hand. Well, I've got glow in the dark bits, that's for sure. And I'm not going to pop this up at all. It's not necessary. I do need to trim off that excess part of the hand here. I mean, we could probably do with some embellishment on there, but honestly, with the shaker bits, what do you guys think? Do you think I succeeded in casing that? Basically, it's a Spellbinders die set. Do I have a small? Yes, I do. I do, and I think you're right. I think we need a hanging spider, and he's in this kit. Uh-huh. Where did I put it? Right here. No, not frog. No, not that. Right here. Yeah, I have a little spider. I think you're right. I think this calls for a spider. I can cut that real quick. And I've got a little scrap of black here. That's not it. Oh, maybe I don't have any more black scraps. Yeah, I do. I kind of don't want to use that one. Well, I'll probably cut that out real quick on this guy. Did you cut? I think you did. You did. I need something for him to hang from. Oh, I know. Let's do something fun for him to hang from. Just because he doesn't love black and white twine. So, as I'm finishing this up, back to the whole purpose of this was using my own stash, and that's where I'm going to be for a while, other than, like I said, design team videos because I am required to use new stuff. But other than that, I'm just going to use what I have and call it a day. Try and decide how I want this to stick down. I think I use a little bit of glue, press down. Buy what from me? Oh, my card? I think because I'm streaming from something other than StreamYard, leave a comment down below if you want to win this card. And then next week on my live, I'll spin the Wheel of Names and pick a winner. How's that sound? Okay, how do I want to, trying to think how I want to adjust this. Okay, let's do Let's put a little, I've got these teeny tiny guys right here that you can't get off with your bare hands if you're big handed like me. I have huge hands. I'm a big girl. I'm 5'10", so yeah, got a little substance going on the shape of my hands. Just kind of tuck that in there. Yeah, that kind of helps balance it out. Go right there. I'm just going to add a little glue right kind of up underneath where this is. Pull this up here. Kind of give it just a little shove right up underneath there if I can. If I can. Just kind of hide the rest of that. I can trim it off after the glue dries. Or I can hide it. I think trimming it off is going to be the trick though. Just have to wait for the glue to dry, and I don't want to, it takes a while for glue to dry. All right, there we go. Little spider's hanging off. Let's get him scooted over so he's hanging straight. There we go. Well, hopefully, yeah, you might have some sort of a hand in your stash. You definitely have a heart-shaped die, or you can hand cut a triangle. Look at what you have and imagine it, reimagine it different ways. But that's what I have for you guys tonight. I'll be back tomorrow morning with my friend Dawn for another Friday morning coffee. I probably need to glue that down, but I'm not going to keep you guys anymore. For another Friday morning coffee at 9 o'clock. And I think we're going to start our art journals. So, yay! Thank you so much for coming and giving some of your time to me. I really appreciate that. I know how valuable your time is. So, because me too. Anyway, take care. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on the way out if you like my video. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.